Yo, what is going on, everybody? Episode 116 of many. It is Monday evening, about 6 p.m. when I'm recording this. I was going to record it this morning, and then, of course, the day just kind of happened. A bunch of other shit was going on. So, I just got some steps in on the treadmill, and now I'm actually sitting in the sauna talking to you guys. For me, it's usually easier. I actually really enjoy doing the audio versions versus the video versions. It's easier for me to walk and talk. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but with yourself, usually when I take a phone call, and if I know it's going to be longer than 5 seconds or whatever, or if I start talking to the person, I know it's going to be a little bit longer. Naturally, I like to walk around and pace. I remember reading about it somewhere. I just know when you're doing the walking and the talking, I think you're just making better connections and you're able to talk a little bit better. And anyways, so we're going to do this sitting in the sauna. I have not sauned in a long time. I know I was telling you guys, the ideal routine, we sauna 3 to 4 times a week. The sauna that I use is older. It doesn't even technically get to the temperature that is supposed to be the sauna nowadays. One of the guys I was just researching recommends the dry sauna over the infrared sauna, and he also recommends I think it's 107 to 212 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that. So I'm in a sauna. It gets up to about 140. It is infrared. I think this is infrared. But if you have access to saunas, if you go to a gym that has a sauna, if you can get a cheap, one-person sauna or whatever, I don't want to say cheap, but just a little setup that works for you, I do think sauna is a good way to detoxify yourself, get the microplastics out. I've done research on it before, but it's not at the forefront of my mind. So if you have access to a sauna, I do believe there are some pretty strong correlations to longevity. It does a lot of amazing things for you, so if you can get in the sauna, do that. If you do go in the sauna, do not wear polyester. You need to let your skin breathe, and you don't want your skin absorbing the plastics. So try to go 100% cotton. I just do this at the house, so typically I can just throw some underwear on and sit in the sauna. But if you are in more of a public setting, try to stick to more cotton clothes. That's all I've got for you. If you can use a sauna, if you have a friend who's got a sauna, if you can get access to a sauna, if you can find a sauna online that's got some 0% APR deal over 12 months and you can afford to make the monthly payments, I do believe a sauna is one of those good things that if you can get in your somewhat weekly routine, I do think you're going to see some really good benefits from it long term. You can't just do it once or twice and expect to have the benefits. Also, the sauna is not a tool to use to lose weight. Not that you can't, you'll see professional fighters or people who are cutting weight lose weight, but that's because you're just dehydrating yourself. You're just you're losing water weight when you're in here. So, when you sweat, when you work up a sweat, yes, typically we are burning more calories, as far as if we go for a run, or if we're, doing boxing or whatever, right? If we're sweating, generally we are burning more calories, but when you're in here in the sauna, we are just losing water weight. We are not really, accelerating our metabolism or anything like that. So, do not buy a sauna because it's going to make you skinny. Buy a sauna because it's going to help make you healthy. It's going to get all those microplastics out of you. It's going to help. I think it helps with skin and all that kind of stuff. So do your own research, as I always say. But if you can get into a sauna, do it. That is my first tip of the day for you. The one thing I want to talk about, right? I'll probably end up talking about more than one thing. But my main message, my main thought as of recently was what it means to be a rock star. And when I mean what I mean by being a rock star is primarily being a rock star on a team. There's specific people that I will talk to on my team that I call to their face a rock star. I will refer to other people on my team to others on my team, hey, Kimber's our rock star. We have several rock stars, and I do believe that anybody is capable of being a rock star. But first, you have to realize what you're currently doing, and do you want to be a rock star? So before we get into what it means to be a rock star, we're going to kind of talk about why you should want to be a rock star and in what circumstances. And I encourage all of us on here to have a job we enjoy doing. I want you to be able to go to work and feel like it's, I don't want you to feel like it's a job. You should never feel like you're clocking in and clocking out just for the paycheck. You need to have passion behind the work that you do. You need to have a sense of urgency. You need to be able to tell people that you are prideful in what you are doing and what you are building and who you're building it with. That's why I'm such a big believer in small business and really being a part of something that is, again, bigger than yourself. To me, it's hard, and maybe it's just from where I stand because I haven't been in that position, but you need to be a part of a movement or a part of a team that is growing something, I guess. So it doesn't even have to be a small business. I was gonna say small business. You have a direct, when you're in a small business, when you're working with a small business, it's easy to see like, wow, look where we started and now where we are. But if you are in a bigger corporation, again, being a rock star within your team, within your group, and helping get things done efficiently, I think there is still, you still can take pride in that, obviously. So we won't just use small business as necessarily the example, but it's easy to be in a small business with a group of 4 or 5, 10 or less people, and kind of know generally what the vision is without too much of a muddied or cloudy vision. What I mean by that is it's still small enough that you can kind of see the direction we're going, and you might not always understand where we're going or why we're going there, but you can see what you do and how it benefits the team directly, and you can see where we were a month ago to where we are now, right? For example, any of my day ones that have been with me, Ellie, Kyle, Nolan, those people who were with me 7, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, they can see, oh wow, even last year, literally from today, last year this time, it's look how much we've grown it as a business. And now some of those people who have been here for a long time, it's no longer just Grizzly Fitness Princeton or just Priority Fitness. They're now seeing the businesses grow and multiply, and the teams are getting bigger and we're growing, right? So anyways, so I guess the first thing I need you to understand is if you are in a job that you are just clocking in and clocking out of, there's probably a little bit of lack of passion there. There's probably, lack of care, lack of, I'm only in it for the money. And I am a big believer in doing things for less money to learn more from people who know more than you and that you are passionate about it. Now, I know there's certain financial situations you might be in that may cause you to have to take that higher paying job, but I would encourage you as much as possible to always keep that ideal job in the mirror, or in the rear view mirror, or out in front of you, whatever the analogy you want to use is. I would always encourage you to work to a position where you can get to that position in life. Doing something that you love and you can be passionate about is much more important than the paycheck at the end of the day. If you are only motivated for money, that is not a great thing. That will destroy you, and that may get in the way of friends and family relationships and personal relationships, right, if you're only chasing money. So 1, don't only chase money. Now 2, if you're in a position, you've got bills to pay, you've got debt, you've got a house you want to save up for, whatever. If there's a big purchase or a wedding or something that's going on, I understand having to be in a position to make the money that you need to make temporarily in order to help you get out of that situation or whatever. I would still encourage you, if you can, again, depending on your situation, that if you can get a part-time job that helps cover the bills, and then you can have a job that you really do care and love about for the other, again, part-time or full-time, maybe you can do 50, 60-hour weeks, that you still are doing something you love and care about. So that is step 1. Do not, if you love what you do and you are part of a team and you can see yourself there in the future, now we've kind of got the ball rolling in the right direction, and now we can kind of talk about being a rock star. Now, you can have a job that you hate, but you still give it your best effort. You can still be a rock star in something you hate, but again, I'm talking about passion, I'm talking about enjoying and loving, and I think it's easier to be a rock star when you do enjoy what you are doing and who you're building it with, and can understand where you're going. Now, let's talk about vision, because I feel like this is something that, and I'm talking to the employees here, I think this is something that a lot of people don't always know, don't always understand, don't always see, don't have a clear vision or a clear understanding of that. And 1, it's on your leadership team or your leaders or your boss or the owner to make sure you know that vision, kind of the why. And the way I like to do that is I like to understand the best vision is one that aligns with your goals, right? So if I know what you want to accomplish in your life in the next 1 to 3 to 5 to 10 years. And I can tell you what we want to accomplish here at the business and how with what you want to do and with what we want to do, and this is how you can fit into this vision of ours, and this is how you're going to benefit from our vision to benefit yours, right? Like if we can show the parallel lines and how we can all work together on this, you'll be much more motivated to work. You'll feel like this is part of your, you will have a much more feeling of belonging and a reason why you should be doing what you're doing, right? So vision is important, and you need to know why you're doing what you're doing. There are, some scenarios where you just absolutely love what you do and you don't care maybe about that vision as much, but you just really love, X, Y, or Z. But anyway, so if you don't know the vision, if you do enjoy what you're doing, but you don't necessarily know the vision or you don't know how it aligns with your goals in life, don't be afraid to ask. I think as an employee, we get very, in our own heads, and we get concerned and we feel like, well, they should just be talking to us and, they should be transparent. I agree. Your boss, your leadership team, whoever it is, should be very transparent, and they probably just need some practice and learning and understanding on how to do that. And also, for example, for us, I'm working on building out our leadership team to make sure that all of our staff is talked to and they get the right touch points and they're being heard and listened, right? And so we're in a growth phase right now where some of our staff might not even know, like, why are we doing this, or what is the vision, or how does this align with my goals, right? So if anybody's listening that's on my team, or if you're on a team that you don't know, just know, like, everybody's going through something and we're all human. So don't be afraid to ask, and ask early. Don't ask too late. I have people on my team who will have an issue and they'll let that issue build, and then 2-3 weeks go by and now we've got a very unhappy team member, where I wish I would have just gotten that call, 6 p.m. after work, or 8 a.m. in the morning, or 5:30 a.m. when I'm up. I don't care. And I would have liked to have been able to schedule that meeting and have that talk sooner. Again, it's my fault. I take all ownership and leadership, and I'll take the blame, but I need, if there's an issue that you're having in your job, or again on our team, or whatever it may be, communication. Again, it's the leadership team's fault for not communicating right away. But if they don't see what you're doing, if you've got a problem that you want to talk about, don't be afraid to talk about it. But then also, again, hey boss, I love what I'm doing here. I just want to talk to you about my goals, and I want to hear maybe about your goals and the business goals, so we can just talk about them. Right? That's such a great way to approach it. Now, if you've got a team and you go to them and they're not interested, and again, your boss should want to hear about your goals. So if your boss seems uninterested, unintrigued about where you're going, or they don't really, if they're texting while having this conversation, or they're not taking notes and really, you need to know that your team cares about you. And if they don't, that's another exit sign there, right? I don't feel like my people above me really do care. So you need to consider that in these decisions as well. So you need to know the vision. You need to have a team that cares about you, and again, have that conversation. Now, this I could make a very long conversation, but I want to talk about the importance of being a rock star and what it takes to be a rock star on a team. So let's just assume we've got everything going good. You love your job. You understand why you're doing what you're doing. It doesn't really feel like a job. Your boss knows what your goals are, and they want to see you achieve them. No matter what those are, maybe one of your goals in 3 years is to move across the country and no longer be at the company, but your boss needs to be willing and understanding and accept that and help you get to that point, right? That's always my goal and my mission as well. So let's just say everything's lining up, you're happy, everything's going good, and you're just a normal employee. You clock in, you clock out, but what does it mean to really be a rock star, and why does Colton use that term? When it comes to being a rock star, you need, and I'm probably going to forget some things. I'm just kind of thinking right now on the spot. I don't have my notes. I'm currently sweating. But first and foremost, you need to be available. And I don't mean you need to bend over and work 90 hours a week. You need to be available in a couple ways. One, you need to be available when nobody else is. That makes you a rock star. You also need to be available by phone at any point. You need to be able to be reached, be able to be contacted. Even if you are busy, you're out of the country, you're out of the state. If you want to be a rock star on my team, and I'm going to call you a rock star, I expect if I call you and I don't hear from you, I should be getting a call or a text pretty damn quick And I'm not trying to sound conceited. I'm just saying to truly be a rock star, to truly become that level of person that I can count on for our team, and that our other team members know that, like, oh, well, this is why the person gets paid the big bucks, right? This is why this person's in that position. This is why that person gets to have the time off, right? Like, you need to realize, like, the more, again, we're just going to keep using this term rock star. The more you can be a rock star, the more your worth and value to the team is, the more trust I'm going to put in you, the more respect I'm going to have for you, the more respect and trust your team's going to have in you. And again, that leadership role, and you're going to continue developing those skills. So one, you have to be available. One, to help out where needed, as needed. Hey man, I need a hand on Saturday for an hour. Is there any way you can, help me out? Yep, no problem. I'll be there. I'll figure it out. I'll move some stuff around. That's great. Hey, I'm calling you. It's 8 o'clock at night. I've got an idea to run by you. Maybe I send you a voice memo, a text message, whatever. I want you to know that I would like to know that you got it, for one, and that you acknowledged it. But also, again, I want to be able to reach you, and that, again, this is just rock star status. And if you don't want to be this person, that's okay. I just think, again, if we're moving up the chain, if we're becoming the best versions, if we're going to be able to help this team and prove to why we are better than other people on the team, like, this is what it comes down to. Being resourceful and being able to be a problem solver. And when I say resourceful, when I have an issue, when it comes to being a problem solver, if I have an issue, I can usually figure it out. Either I can call a guy, right? You always want to know a guy. So you want that contact book to be strong. You, as you grow, and, maybe I'm talking to my younger listeners here, but as you grow and you get better and you learn more stuff, you want to have contacts and people that you can rely on. So helping other people who can be important to you is good. So you have them in your own personal contact book. But, the more that you can, like, if I can't solve the problem personally, if I can't come up with a great solution on how to fix this issue, at least I know somebody who can probably help me, or, again, have somebody else help them, right? So if there's an issue that comes up and I don't know the answer, I already have the other answer. Let me call a guy, right? That's the typical one-liner that all the dudes like to say. I know a guy, I have a guy, right? I get it. But it's true. Having that contact book, having that, like, building that resource book, and having people, if you get stranded in the road, they can come tow you. They've got a trailer, they've got a truck to pull you out of the ditch, they've got a chainsaw to cut out your driveway, whatever it is. Having those people on call, and not just relying on one person. Like, hey, I've got 10 people who I could call that are generally handy and could help, right? And I know that I can count on them. Even if I haven't talked to them in a year, I know that they've got my back if I need it. So that would be another thing that would make you a rock star. Obviously, the basics, being to work on time, staying late, doing the extra thing, going the extra mile, right? Those are obviously always important, and those do put you above others as well. Staying late to clean up, not asking to leave a half an hour early, not, obviously, again, canceling shifts or calling in, right? Like, and those things do happen. I'm just saying, like, generally speaking, the person who calls in 3 times in the last month or two isn't as good of a look as, the person who, doesn't get sick or whatever, right? So, and when I say a rock star, I kind of start putting you near I want to call my inner circle, my tight-knit people. Again, my rock stars are the people who I can count on if I'm gone for a week, if I'm gone for a month. I know these people can help run the business in some sort of capacity. They might not have all the answers. I might not have trained them there yet, but I do know that I can trust them with anything. I can trust them with money. I can trust them with my friends. I can trust them with my family. I can have them let my dog out. I can have them watch the house or whatever, right? Like, these are people that I start trusting to another level. And I like to give out lots of trust, and I give out trust right away until I know that, they've done me wrong or something, right? So, you need to be reliable. You need to be accountable. If you say you're going to get something done, you need to get it done, right? You need to be able to go out and make your own decisions. You need to be able to make decisions for the company, and you need to be able to take good criticism. You need to be able to honestly not be offended. You need to be willing and open to criticism. You need to ask for honest feedback. Like, you need to be constantly self-reflecting and making yourself better as a rock star, right? Rock stars help other people. They bring people up to their level. And they also look for honest feedback. They look to, how can I improve? How can I be better? What could have I done differently, right? So these are just some tips on how to be a rock star. And again, to me, if you have a job that you care for and you want to be amazing, you should want to be a rock star. There's no reason why you should be on a team and not want to be a rock star. Or if you don't want to be a rock star, you're not in this business for the right thing, right? Like you're just working because you merely have to. You really don't want to. But I would never condone being a bad employee. I still think that you can be a really good employee before being a rock star. A rock star is just kind of next level. Not every employee wants to be available all the time. Not every employee wants to call after work. Not every employee wants that level of, having to be accountable for the business, and I get it. I'm just saying those things are what make you different. When I start, and I'm using the restaurant as an example, when I start seeing who I can count on to cover a shift, when I start seeing who I know can do the open routine, the closed routine, who's willing to, hey, can you come back at 9 o'clock just to make sure everything got locked up or whatever, right? When I start seeing those things, I start organizing our team. And I'm like, okay, this person is going to have first dibs. This person, if we're going to do bonuses or something, right? Like, this is where my mind starts going. I start looking at these people. How versatile are you? Can you do everything, right? Like in the restaurant industry, you've got your servers, you've got your dishwashers, you've got your deliveries, you've got your bartenders, you've got your cooks, right? Can you do it all? And I'm not asking you to be an expert at all of it, but can you fill in if somebody needed you to? Could you step in for an hour or two, right? So, again, these are just examples, but I think you should strive to be a rock star. I think whatever industry or whatever business you are in, whatever team you are on, figure out what that vision is and figure out what your own vision is, and then go there. Also, you don't want to know that the vision is hoping to double or triple their sales and not help you at all. Like, you want to know how your vision can align with the business's vision. Hey, I see you want to buy that house. I see you want to save up and get married. That means I need to make more money, but I love what I'm doing here. How can I help the business make more money so I can make more money from the business, right? That is what a rock star thinks. A rock star does not think like an employee. It does not think, I want another $1 a raise. I want another $2 raise. No, you start thinking outside the box and you start saying, Colton, we need to find more gym members. We need to get more people in here for breakfast. We need to serve more dinners, right? How the hell can I help you do that so that way we can all make more money? That's where the rock star mentality starts separating from the employee mentality. You start really thinking, how can I benefit this team? And how can I, help this business? How can I help you, Colton? How can I help you make this business more money? Like, what can I do? I don't work Saturday. Can I go around town and hand out flyers? Can I put up postcards? Can we get a billboard, right? Like, thinking of these ideas and actively understanding what's good and what's bad. And that's what really starts separating you as a rock star. You start looking at, how can I be a partner within this business? Not just, how can I get a 25-cent raise or a 50-cent raise, or, right? Once you start treating the company like your own, if you have a good leader, if you have a good boss, if you're on a good team, your boss will recognize that and you will be rewarded for that. If you fear you are not going to be recognized for that, one, I would challenge you, you're in the employee mindset and you don't want to work that hard. Two, if you're questioning that, I would really verify if you have a good team and a good boss, right? Like, if you're questioning it, it's one of those two. Either you don't want to work that hard and it's maybe not a good fit, or two, truly, you're working for the wrong guy or girl, right? Or the wrong corporation or something. So, be a problem solver. Want to make the business more money. The best way to get a raise is to walk in the boss's office and say, hey, I've got some ideas for us to make some more money. I don't want to get paid more until I help you make more money. But like, a lot of people get stuck in this mindset, well, I've been here for 5 years, I want more money. Okay, well, you haven't improved your skills. You haven't even gone out of your way to become better at what you're doing. I encourage my team to read. I encourage my team to work out. I encourage my team to get their steps. I want you to be the best version of you. You show me that you care about yourself and that you're willing to take the extra steps to become a better you and more educated and learn more, right? Like, never stop learning, and show me that's you. You're going to be in my Rockstar group. You're going to be in that group that we take to the next level and we grow and we develop and we turn into leaders, right? Like, if you're willing to do that, there will always be room for you on our team. And again, something I'm very passionate about, and I wish that more people wanted to be rock stars. But just think about that, And there's some people on my team who are very good, very, very good. But again, they might not necessarily want to always be available. They can't always step in. They can't always help out. And that's fine. You've got your own life to live. I'm not asking everybody to be that. But if you're in a position where you can become that rock star. If you, your personal life and whatever else, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to give my time and energy to a business like this, and I'm going to help this go to the next level. I promise you, if you're on my team, we're going places, right? Like, I'm going to make sure you are a part of that group, and we're going to continue moving forward. And I believe there's room for several rock stars on the team. So, anyways, it's important to be a rock star. That's my message of the day. I did make it take longer than I thought. The sauna's already off and cooling down. You probably heard it beeping a couple minutes ago. So, send this to somebody who needs to hear this. I want to encourage more people to care about what they do and love what they do, and realize some of you, I think, maybe just need to hear what it's like as a business owner, so you can be a better employee. And I'm not talking down. I'm saying this is just. I don't think there's always good relationships between the business owner or the boss and the team, the employees. And so hearing what a boss thinks, or what an owner maybe thinks, now you can be like, oh, well, again, it's very easy to think of like, I'm an individual, I'm an employee, he doesn't understand me, she doesn't understand me, she doesn't want to listen. I promise you, I think I like to give humans the benefit of the doubt. I would be willing to bet they do want to hear, they do want to help, and they probably have their own lives that are going on, and they just maybe aren't there in their leadership journey yet. So anyways, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to add me on Snapchat, Colton.Burt. Instagram is Colton Craven Burt. Find me on Facebook. Again, shoot me a message. Send this video around. Let people know, like, hey, this is a good video for you. I'd love to see you excel in what you do. I think these things can really help you make more money and be just a better you. So appreciate you guys so much. Talk to you soon. Happy Tuesday.